Hi there, Maui and Trizzy here. We spent 3 weeks in Indonesia and wanted to explore what's outside of Bali. So let us bring you to Mount Ijen, which in Indonesian is called Kawah Ijen, an active volcano located on East Java, the island next to Bali. It's not easy to get to, but booking a private tour with Como Bali Tours helped a lot logistically, especially since we went at the end of Ramadan. We got picked up in the evening before.
Ready. What kind of tour starts at 7 p.m.? We are heading to Trek Kawah Ijen. That's why it starts so late. I'm trying to catch the sunrise.
From Ubud, it was about 4 hours getting to the Gili Manuk harbor. Because of the Ramadan holiday, the harbor was 20 times more busy. Our car was stuck in a long line getting into the harbor, so our driver had to improv. He was able to get a motorbike to drop us off at the entrance, where we met up with a local guide who ushered us through the harbor to get onto our ferry. The ferry ride was another hour to get to East Java's Ketapang ferry port. Okay, so we're now on the boat, heading over to East Java side to meet with our guide that's gonna take us up to Mount Ijen. It's been a tiring 4 or 5 hours in the car, through traffic, waiting, but we're on the boat now and just waiting for the boat to depart. Our guide had his car parked there, and off we went to Mount Ijen's entrance, which took another hour and a half through dark, foggy, windy roads. We arrived there in the middle of the night, waiting for the entrance to open. We started the hike around 4 in the morning, just in time to check out the sunrise. Because we weren't allowed to go see the blue flames during the time we went, our tour guide lit a small sulphur rock with a lighter for us to see a blue flame. You see it? The climb was steep, and as the sky grew brighter, we saw Mount Merapi in the distance. Mount Merapi has an elevation of 9,500 feet, while Mount Ijen is slightly lower at 9,000 feet. Both volcanoes are still active, but Merapi is the most active. The path up to summit Mount Ijen won't get you lost, although it's sandy and packed with loose gravel. Some sections of the hike had steeper grades, which makes having proper hiking boots and sticks helpful. Along with those essentials are water and snacks. Since you're starting in the middle of the night at a high elevation, you'll want to layer your clothing. It'll be cold in the dark, but once you start moving with the sunrise, you'll want to strip down. So packing sunblock is important too. Depending how far around the crater rim you go, it can take you at least an hour to reach a viewpoint of the acidic crater lake. The first sight of the lake left us figuratively and literally breathless. Also a proud moment to cherish, since we summited Mount Ijen after a long night of transportation and lack of restful sleep. Our guide showed us some of the sulphurs that are collected in baskets that the miners carry up day in, day out. Each basket weighs as heavy as 70 pounds, which brings in an income of $10 to $15 USD a day after 2 rounds. These sulphurs are used to make bath soaps and other skincare products. We spent about 2.5 hours walking along the crater rim, taking photos and videos from different angles. There aren't any barriers from the rim to the lake, so please move around responsibly and be aware of your surroundings so you don't accidentally miss a step.
Good morning!
Good morning from Kawah Ijen. At any point, you can choose to sit and snack at the top. We saw a few people sitting at an ideal lookout point, and we decided to do the same. We fueled ourselves from the calories burned and watched the smoke from the acidic lake blow around. From where we were at, we had great clear views of Mount Merapi and Mount Raum. After eating some snacks, we did a short hike down towards the crater. The trail is so rocky and steep, we recommend using hiking shoes and hiking sticks. We try to go as far as we're allowed. It's like they do it in flip-flops, we could barely do this in hiking boots. We could see the sulphur miners in action. If you're wondering if you can fly your drone at Mount Ijen, the answer is yes, but do not fly it too low into the crater or else your drone will melt after losing connection with the remote. Walking back down gave us views we missed out on going up since it was still dark. Mount Merapi definitely looked bigger in the daytime than as a silhouette. As an alternative way to go up and down the volcano, you can pay for someone to push you in a wagon.
This is how steep we were inclining earlier in the night. Now it's daytime, I can show you the monster we climbed.
When we victoriously got back to base camp, we were served an appetizing Indonesian dessert called Pisang Goreng. We got back to our hotel in Ubud, Bali around 4 p.m. Although getting to Mount Ijen from Bali was tiring and extensive, the trek, the views, and the experience of visiting the most acidic lake in the world was unique and extraordinary. Even without seeing the blue fire, it's still worth it to go and get out of Bali. The cost per person for a private tour is $105 US. You can arrange this tour via email or WhatsApp. At the time we went, meals were not included, just the transportation, entrance fee, and the tour guide. The incredible sight of the blue flames were prohibited to tourists due to its toxicity. As we checked recent updates in 2024, it looks as though people can now visit Mount Ijen and see the blue flames up close, but only with a tour guide, a doctor's note approving your health to hike up and down the mountain and sulphuric crater, and a gas mask are required. According to Bali Tour's website, the gas mask is included with the price. If you plan to visit Ijen as of 2024, every first Friday of the month is closed for conservation. We'll leave some links in the description that we think are useful resources for your visit to Mount Ijen. Nature is unpredictable, so it's always good to check updates and news frequently until your trip. We hope we've given you as much insight as possible on how a tour to Mount Ijen is like. Thanks for watching Maui and Trizzy. If you wish to see more of our adventures, please subscribe and get notified. Terima kasih.
You are thinking everything the same.